एकेडमी 1-2 साल में या वो जो भी बड़ी बड़ी कंपनी बाईजूस बोलेगा कि इसको बेच दो और हम पहुंचा पाएंगे इसको लाखों बच्चों तक, तो आप बेचोगे?
सो मेरा एक माइलस्टोन है कि मुझे बायजूस या अनअकैडमी को खरीदना है।
तीन ने सही जवाब दिया और सबसे कम समय किसका? श्रेयन दागा। लग जाएगा।
Hello. This is Vanshika.
This is Shruti.
Welcome back to Barely Balanced. Today we have with us a very special guest, Shreyaan. So, hi Shreyaan, how are you? Would you like to say something to our audience before we start?
Hello guys, what's up? I know you guys must be like scrolling reels while watching this or like watching another YouTube side by side. But it's going to be a fun conversation, so do tune in.
Okay, so tell us about your journey. Where were you born? What your childhood looked like? Which school did you went to? A brief overview.
So I was born in Mumbai in 2004. So currently I'm 20 years old. And when I was in school, I was in Cathedral and John Connon School, which is like one of India's best schools. And out there, till seventh standard, I was a very average student, followed all instructions. And in second standard, I even, started my own painting business. So I was very passionate about apart from the academics. So, I was that kid जिसको I'm sure बहुत सारे मेरे जैसे बच्चे होंगे जिनको ब्लैक बोर्ड पे टीचर क्या समझा रही है उसका समझ में नहीं आ रहा है या इंटरेस्ट नहीं है उस चीज़ में. And they're in a different world in their own zone, and I was that kid. So I was very good at painting. I still am, but I loved art, and that's something that drive me. I wanted to be an artist when I grew up. So I decided I'll sell my paintings, and at the age of 8 I started selling paintings, and I sold my first painting after knocking on 150 doors uh, for 9,000 rupees. And that was like a win for myself, taking advantage of my, being small and converting it into money. So that was the first win. And in grade 4, I learned coding, and, I started building a website around the same. I built a website, coded it and all. मतलब people used to ask me कि इसके बाद then I started thinking about कि अब कुछ करना है business related and all. So people started asking me बड़ा होके क्या बनना है, and I used to answer entrepreneur. And they used to be like ये entrepreneur का spelling बताओ. And there I used to fail, and entrepreneur का spelling नहीं मालूम, but entrepreneur बनना है. So that was starting से एक अंदर से एक सीड था, कुछ तो करना है, कुछ जुगाड़ू करना है. In the ninth standard, I started a bank in my school where I was giving loans to my friends in the canteen. तो मैं 500 रुपये देता था और अगले हफ्ते 700 रुपये लेता था. So that's a 45% interest in 1 week. And the school principal once found out because one guy, he came to pay me, okay, and he lost the note. And he went to the principal. He's like, Miss, I lost a 2,000 rupee note. He's like, why did you get 2,000 rupees to school? She's like that. Why did you get 2,000 rupees to school? I'm like, and that guy's like, Miss to pay Shreyaan. And then she's like, who is this Shreyaan Daga? Call him. So then she found out, and then she suspended me from school. She's like, Isko, yeah. And she asked my parents, like, this is what you want him to do. And my parents were like, yeah. That's when they suspended me. So, so then I started, getting more and more interested in skills outside the school, more interested in all that. And in the 10th grade, I started OLL. So more about OLL when you ask me that question, but that's a bit about my journey. That's a bit about my story.
All right. So the next question would be that how did you get the idea of OLL?
Yeah, so I mean, I didn't make OLL for anybody. I made OLL for myself because I personally, मतलब आपको मालूम है ना, like क्या होता है, we are assessed on theory. Like how well we mug up in school is how smart we are in real life, is what we are assessed on. So this is something that I personally hate, you know. I was not good at mugging up. मैं जितना भी पढ़ाई करने में कोशिश करूँ, you know, I was never smart at it. I was never able to do it. And I thought that there is definitely 100% a better option कि बच्चों को सिर्फ याद करने पे असेस ना करे, बट उनको प्रैक्टिकल कितना आता है उस पे असेस करे. एंड we should not, you know, have that gun point कि एग्जाम के लिए पढ़ते हैं. Let's like learn for exploration. Let's learn to enjoy it. तो उसके लिए I started OLL for myself. एंड आई रियलाइज मेरे जैसे और बहुत सारे बच्चे, और आज की डेट में majority ऑफ द किड्स इन इंडिया दे आर लाइक कि चैट जीपीटी है, गूगल है, क्यों पढ़ रहे हैं, यू नो, व्हाई आरंट वी जस्ट गिवन लाइक आंसर्स एंड यू नो जस्ट फिगर्ड इट आउट. सो practicality and exploration, these two things is in my personal life I hated, I really wanted in the education system and trying to bring it.
How did you come up with the name OLL?
So it was first online live learning, but then we started offline as well. तो वो नाम discontinue हो गया. It's just OLL now, all. But the whole thing is, it's a brand for the students by the students. So majority of our team members are 19, 18, 20, 21. So our team strength is also that, like, you know, we, even the teachers we hire, they have strict instructions. You cannot shout in class. You cannot punish anybody. You cannot give any, you know, homework. सब कुछ कर, it has to be like the kid is the center of the entire journey. So that's what our entire game is about.
And are you like
I
trying
also
to create
like,
that L in that logo?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
L?
hmm,
Okay.
I was about to say the same thing that I actually like your logo. It's O and then L.
Yeah, it's very simple. Although it's updated now, like this is the current logo, this is the old virtual background. So, but yeah,
So
Hi.
what's the idea behind this new one?
it's actually a copyright issue. So,
Okay.
some Japanese brand had a similar logo, which we never knew about. They're a
Hmm.
40-year-old brand. They have had a similar logo in orange color, and it was like Teda, like something reverse, like up sign instead of L. But then they just, you know, we still have the trademark for this, but they revoked it. So then we were like, "Ki instead of fighting a legal battle and all, let's just change our logo." So we changed our logo.
You said that
Okay.
you didn't do your schooling after 10th grade. So how did you convince your parents for that?
So I would not, again, this is one thing I'm like told specifically to not recommend to anybody to drop out. However, I'll tell you my journey of how it happened. So in the 10th standard, I started OLL on April 4th, 2020, when I was 15 years old, and 10th had just started, which is like few days into 10th standard. So I started OLL, and luckily, by God's grace, in the first year only, it picked up very well. So in the first year, we taught around, you know, 6,000 kids. We did a revenue of 1.34 crores and a net profit of 28 lakhs. And I was in 10th standard, I was 16 years old. So I went to mom, dad, and I was like, Mom, Dad, ये मेरा बैलेंस शीट है और ये मेरा मार्क शीट है. मेरा मार्क शीट नीचे जा रहा है और मेरा बैलेंस शीट ऊपर जा रहा है. I want to fully focus on this. I in fact have an unboxing video on YouTube where I was unboxing my 10th standard prelim marks. So you can see how bad I was at it. So I'm not like lying about it. You can just go and YouTube पे Shreyaan Daga unboxing paper and you'll see my exam marks 10th standard के. So then I,
We'll link
result.
the video. We'll link the video in the description box for people to see it.
Yeah, don't get inspired by that. Get inspired by the 1.34 crores, and then basically the whole point is results speak. So एक बार society को numbers चाहिए. So when my mom, dad, they had some numbers to show, maybe not in this one, but definitely in this one, they had some numbers, they had some results, and they're like, ठीक है बेटा, you want to do it, do it. You have something backing you. So that's why.
Can you explain your model of OLL? Like, how do you partner up with schools, teachers, the entire model?
So our essence is, the school is the trust of, parents. So like we have a zero marketing budget at OLL. Like, big edtechs have crores of marketing budget. At OLL, our marketing budget is literally zero. You see our balance sheet, our marketing is zero. So how do we do that? Is because we directly, partner with the school to improve it at the ground level. So when it goes on as a optional activity, what happens is workshops and options. Not the school is not keen to make it like a part of their curriculum, part of their timetable. So what we do is we make it as a part of the timetable only. So 1 hour a week in the school, we become a part of the timetable, and OLL's teacher or the school's teacher is trained by OLL and is delivering the lecture. The lecture is completely practical, like 80% practical, and 20% is explaining the theory behind the practical after the practical is done, not before the practical. So students get to understand what is it that they actually learned. It's a fun, very interesting class. Like पहले जैसे आपके स्कूल में पीई होता था, physical education या art, those practical subjects which you would wait for कि मुझे कब इस दिन पे ये आएगा पीरियड तभी मैं जाऊंगी. तो same way, robotics is one of the most popular skills that we provide in schools, and entrepreneurship is the second most popular. So like that only, over 600 skills from all categories of skill sets is what we are presenting to a school.
So, what is the revenue model? How do
So we
you
charge
earn
per
money?
student
Hmm.
per year, and it starts from 690 rupees, goes up to 3500 rupees per child per year. So very affordable level to enter in the mass market as well, and till the premium level as well.
So, do you only target tier one, tier two schools or every school?
So private schools is what we are currently targeting, because CBSE, ICSE private schools, those are the ones who are usually, adopting to our services.
Hmm.
So in Bombay, we
Okay.
have a 75% market share, where all the ICSE schools are working with OLL mainly. And outside of Bombay, we've expanded into 35 cities right now, majorly Lucknow, and then recently Gurgaon and Bangalore. So we're opening up more and more branches in different cities through partners. We don't ourselves enter in a new city.
So, can an individual student
How
go on your platform and still take up courses?
They can, however, the price difference is a lot. Like if a school does it, it's 690, but whereas an individual does it, they have to pay 1600 per hour. So because the teacher price is only that high, so normally it doesn't work out at the student. So our B2C business is only 5%, where we're mainly targeting international clients or 1% of students. However, B2B is for the scale.
So, don't you have recorded lectures?
No, no, no. We don't believe in that, honestly saying. Like, I mean, yes, if you are very interested in something, you will research on your own in YouTube and do it. But if the goal of OLL is to help you explore, so our goal is to make you interested in something, not if you are interested in something to take you to that level. So we are on the zero level, and say YouTube is on one level or Udemy or whatever.
And how did you manage the initial capital?
Initially, I'll tell you how it started. You guys know how to use Canva for sure.
Yeah.
And then so I made a poster on Canva, फ्री कोडिंग क्लास, जूम का लिंक लिया एंड व्हाट्सएप पे सबको भेज दिया कि फ्री कोडिंग क्लास हो रहा है, ज्वाइन कर लो. First few days we picked up hundred people joined, then 300, then 500, and then we offered a paid option in B2C. So slowly revenue just started generating. And we didn't really need initial, but then when we started hiring people, then we required a capital to pay. So initially तो 2 महीना हम लोग ने फ्री में ही दिया classes, and then after that we started promoting paid classes, so it picked up.
So how did you manage that capital after the initial stages?
Dad. Initially dad, and then after that the 2 lakh rupees dad ne diya initially. After that the company was self funded till now. Like we did raise funding, but that money is not utilized for OLL's capital at all. It's still there, because it's a profitable company.
So you were profitable from the day one when you
Yeah,
started.
yeah. After the initial 2 lakhs, we were profitable.
And how much funding have you raised till now?
We've raised 1.7 crores.
And that is not utilized at all. Great going.
So we actually are giving back a exit to our investors now at a 13x multiple of what they invested in. So yeah.
Great. Doing that at 20 speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Team at OLL, like what is the team size right now?
So currently we have 135 people, out of which majority are educators. In terms of our core team, we have 35 people and the core team member list.
And what do you look for in the person when you're hiring them?
So as I said, our brand is for the students by the students. So our first criteria when we hire is the personality of the person. How well can they handle a class, how well can they teach, what is their communication style when they're talking to us, all those things. Subject knowledge is something that can be taught, skill set is something that can be taught. It's not a difficult thing, but a person ka personality is something that we can't change easily. So for us, the number one thing when we hire is that person going to be aligned with the brand value for the students by the students.
I was just saying, like, since you're 20 and you're hiring so many people, 135 ka team size, so has someone ever disrespected you or taken, seriously nahi liya?
Honestly saying never. Like I mean, I am the hardest worker in the room. Although like I am not the best at anything. Like मैं कोई भी एक चीज पे बेस्ट नहीं हूँ. You know that thing that jack of everything, master of none.
Master of
What?
none, yeah.
हाँ.
Jack of
So
all
I am
trades,
that guy.
master of none.
Yeah, yeah, I am that guy. So I know everything very well, but I'm not a master at any specific skill. And the people who I hire are the masters at of that one skill. So they will be very like my designer. He's the best at design that I've met. Like I've interviewed like so many people, and then after criteria of personality, etc. Then when I gave them the designs, and then matched. So he's the best at designing. The finance person is the best at finance. Like they're way better than me, and those people I hire that way. So the it's never been that कि किसी ने disrespect किया है. I've always been, uh, I mean, initially, like I'll tell you, when I was 15 years old, that time when I started, so तब तो Zoom था, right? सब work from home कर रहे थे. So वीडियो ऑफ करके हम लोग बात करते थे. तो किसी को पता ही नहीं चला कि ये किस एज का है या कैसा दिखता है. Nobody knew that. Until it was first time in the newspaper या एक मैगजीन में आया कि 15 साल का बच्चा ये कर रहा है. Then they found out, अरे this is the founder. He's 15 years old. Then they started thinking, oh, okay. So your work speaks way more than your age, than your words, than anything. तो काम से बात करो, नाम से नहीं, एज से नहीं.
Okay, so moving ahead, can you walk us through the entire Shark Tank procedure, like the application process, and how did you get on the screen, everything?
So Shark Tank is like one platform where if you are on that platform, you get a national, मतलब paid marketing for free. जो टीवी पे मार्केटिंग स्लॉट आपको मिलता है बहुत महंगा होता है, वो आपको फ्री में मिल रहा है. एंड every single brand is now trying to go there, right? Because new startup, etc., because they see the impact that it delivers to them. So what what is it? And at the end of the day, it's a TV show, right? More than anything, it's a TV show. लाइक जैसे सास बहू का टीवी शो है, वैसे ही शार्क टैंक जहाँ पे इन्वेस्टर और पिचर है, वैसा ही टीवी शो है. So what are they looking for? Like just think about that, right? What does a TV show look for? They look for masala, they look for entertainment, they look for stories, they look for something unique. What is it that a common person would want to watch? What is a clickbait that they will click on? So what I was saying is, like, what's a clickbait that a normal person will click on? Like, just think of that, and then when you're applying, you just build a story on that. So my story was 18 साल का founder, 10वीं ड्रॉप आउट, 2 करोड़ 20 लाख कमा रहा है, So this headline, every newspaper after Shark Tank, literally every newspaper front page, this headline was it. I think that is, and then you end up saying something in Shark Tank that you never expect would blow up, and it blew up. So, so that is something that Shark Tank is, and the application process is simple. Go to Google, search Shark Tank application, apply out there, and then all the steps happen from there. It's a the biggest tip is it's a TV show, right? So make a story. Don't pitch like a bland business, that nobody is interested in. Make it something interesting, out of the box, unique. That's what will stand out.
But what is the percentage of people who apply for those applications and who actually get to pitch in front of the
So
investors,
last time
in
I
front of the
asked
sharks?
someone from the Sony team, they said around 1,50,000 people apply, out of which there are 150 pitches that are aired. So that's a 0.1%.
0.1. Hmm.
Yeah.
That's really
So it's
competitive.
like the IIT of startups, basically. If you go there, you're like a validated, thappa mil gaya, degree ho gaya.
How long how long was your pitch? How long did it go?
It was recorded for over 1.5 hours, and it got trimmed down to only 12 minutes.
They don't show that much on TV. Which shark did you wanted the funding from?
I wanted from Aman and Piyush. However, Piyush came, but Vinita came along. But Aman didn't come, which is something that I thought कि अगर ये आता तो अच्छा होता.
How did you
Yeah.
make it to it? And how was the experience there?
Honestly, I'm saying KBC was much more fun. Okay, because Amitabh Bachchan is a god. Like he's a legend. Like I mean I've not been in that era where he was the goat. I mean we three weren't there at that time, but when I watch his movies, he's like the Pushpa, you know, the real life that time ka Pushpa. So he was so good as an actor, and then when you meet him today, like it just feels like he has an aura, like you know that people say aura 1000, aura 2. He has that aura 1000 in front of you, and he says a word, and when he said my name, like he said Shreyaan Daga, and I was like, wow, you know, life goal achieved. I was invited for because they saw my Shark Tank episode and they said कि हमें under 25 चाहिए कोई, so they recommended my name from Shark Tank to the KBC team. So they invited me to the show. First they said कि मैं XYZ बात कर रहा हूँ KBC team से. I thought it was fake. I cut the call. I was like, who random call ka? And I get so many random calls and I don't pick up only. So first I cut it, and then after again they called me and I'm like, okay, tell me your company name, tell me about this, that, the full process. Then I went through the test, I went through the auditions. Then they took me on to the show, and the feeling was like amazing, you know.
What are the three key pieces of advice you would like to give someone who is trying to build their own startup?
I mean, there are three R's that I personally follow. Number one is renewal. Like, even if you get one customer, make sure that they buy again from you. So don't focus on a large set of customers first. छोटे एक दो कस्टमर एक कस्टमर पे फोकस करो, उसको रिन्यूअल करो. Second is referral. Like once this customer renews and likes your product, ask them to refer you to two other people or three other people, and that's how you spread your word. And make sure you do the same process with the referees also, so that they also refer more, and that's how it picks up. And the third is revenue. So if renewal and referral grow, revenue automatically grows. You don't need to focus on any, like I personally don't focus on any number कि हमें इस नंबर को अचीव करना ही करना है या इस टारगेट अचीव करना ही करना है. Sorry, my internet went. So what I was saying is, you don't need to focus on any number, like कि, you know, 10 crore achieve करना ही करना है, 5 crore achieve करना ही करना है. It happens automatically if you solve the first 2 hours. So renewal and referral हो जाएगा तो अपने आप ही बाकी सब, you know, doors खुल जाते हैं. So these two things is what to work on.
What are your future plans for OLL? What's the vision?
So we found the market fit in the B2B model. So we're gonna first expand that with scale. So till I mean I don't think even 5 साल आगे का. I just have one goal कि मुझे 100 crore बच्चों को सिखाना है. But till that time, so one of the, you know, so till June we will be focusing on getting more schools. After June, say July to November, it'll be focused on building a B2C, building a more affordable model for B2C. And then post November, it'll again be B2B because it's a sales cycle. And then B2C will be set till that time. So that's my current this thing, and we're setting up partners in different cities. So we want to ensure that every city we have a partner, so we can scale pan India by. So we want to reach around a lot of cities in this year, and then next year onwards we'll start focusing internationally, going into new markets, tapping new customers.
So right now you're not present internationally.
We are in like B2C, like there are a few clients in UK, in US, and Maldives. We had done a government order, but I can't call it present, you know. It's like it too sad. So
So, yeah, guys, that was it for today's episode. Hope you liked it. And if you have any more questions, you can ask them in the comment section. We would love to take them up. Maybe we can make a part two of it if you show some love and we get a lot of likes and views. So, yeah, that was it. Bye bye. Thank you.
Guys, do subscribe, follow, like, everything करना पड़ेगा.
Yes.